My name is Inspector John West.
Take your time, Mr. West. Deep breaths. You want a drink?
Whiskey, hold the rocks.
Hold the rocks. Hilarious, Mr. West.
Fuck you. My name is Inspector John West. I was the officer in command on the Party Hard killings.
Can you describe to me exactly what the Party Hard killings were?
They were a series of murders strung across the U.S. during the autumn break of 2000, exclusively taking place in and around house parties, rooftop parties, cruise parties, you name it. This guy was there, stabbing his way through the crowds.
And what was the motive, Mr. West?
This guy, he just wanted some peace and quiet.
Maybe you should start from the beginning, Inspector. It might give us a better idea of where this all went so wrong.
What's up, guys? We're back with another edition of the Backlog Chronicles, the series where I go through my backlog, pick one random game, and do my first impression of it, give y'all a little mini review. Before we get into the gameplay, I would like to thank my viewers from the last video and my subscribers for just subscribing and supporting me, and thank you for the likes and just the comments, everything. Thank you guys for all that. I'm going to try to push out a new video every week or 2 weeks. I'm gonna try to stick to a consistent schedule so I can, keep you guys fed. I got some more ideas for the Backlog Chronicles coming up. I got some stuff I'm working on behind the scenes that I think y'all are really gonna enjoy, and I also got some longer content that I'm working towards to get out for y'all as well. Without further ado, let's get right into this. The game for today is Party Hard. Party Hard is a stealth strategy game developed by Pinnacle Games and published by Tiny Build. It was released in 2015. This game revolves around stealth and puzzle solving, walking around the party and finding ways to sabotage it. To begin with, I want to say that this game reminds me a lot of Hotline Miami, and to be honest, I hate Hotline Miami. But unlike Hotline Miami, I do appreciate that this game can be played with one hand. Hotline Miami took two because you had to aim and shoot. Along with being able to play this with one hand, the controls are extremely simple. Very, very simple. It's like maybe 5 buttons that control the entire game. So I like the simplicity of the layout. I like how simple the gameplay loop is. Your objective in every level is to take out the party goers, or to basically end the party for everybody. Despite the look of this game, it is very strategic. You have to play very strategically to achieve your goal. That means using traps, using the different types of items you get throughout the levels, and focusing on timing. Timing is a very, very big part of this game. If you don't time most of your actions correctly or time them right, you might get busted by the police. That does bring up my next point. The evasion of the police is a little janky. This might be the way the game is just made in general, but I found it very, very challenging to evade the police in an efficient way, at least. The police are always going to be way faster than you, and the traps that you can use against them have to wait to charge up. So evading the police is a bigger challenge than I would like it to be. I will say that I can appreciate the attention to detail that was done by the developers. I do like the level design, and I do like the look of the game itself. It gives the 8-bit retro arcade kind of look, but also they add fan favorite characters in, and they're blink and you miss it moments. But I saw aliens, Darth Vader, Mario is the one who will close the hatches off if you use them too much. Also like bank robbers very generic things, but also I like the implementation of things of that nature. I think it shows the attention to detail that the developers had. I'm sure this isn't an isolated incident, but one of the losing screens I got taunted me. And I think if you wait long enough to get busted, they will taunt you every time, or almost every time. But that's another feature to look out for that also shows the attention to detail. They're trying to keep you playing, they're trying to taunt you into continuing. Now I briefly want to touch on the items you can acquire. The items I've come across are the sword, the smoke grenades, the clothes, and the flash bomb. While I'm sure there are more items you can acquire throughout the game, these are just the ones I've encountered so far within the first couple of levels. Now onto the items themselves. The sword, I'm not quite sure exactly the use for it. It just seems like an extra attack, so it's just as useful as the main attack. As far as the smoke grenades, those allow you to be able to escape easier or prevent people from seeing you, so they're pretty self-explanatory. The spare clothes also allow you to escape easier. Once you break line of sight, if you change clothes, then you can escape. And the flash bomb allows you to, it's a flash bang, basically. It's a flash grenade. It'll blind everybody in the radius and allow you to do whatever you want to do and complete your objective much easier because everybody will be stunned. The next feature I want to talk about is the dance feature. I think I discovered this in the 3rd level. I'm not sure of the use for it. I'm not quite sure what it does. Whenever I use it, it works to drive some of the partygoers away, and sometimes it's also brought them closer to me. So I'm not quite sure the use of this. It might just be a funny little emote that they added into the game just for fun, but I'm not quite sure. Next, the listen feature. All this does is simply highlights every usable item on the map. It highlights everything you can interact with, basically. And lastly, I'm going to touch on the traps. The traps themselves are level dependent, so meaning it depends on which level you're on currently, but a lot of the traps pop up, they're reoccurring, and whenever you respawn, if you failed, different traps will pop up on the map. I'm not sure if this is necessarily procedurally generated or what, but this also happens with the rooms. Some of the rooms on the map will change along with the traps. Now the traps serve as a way to take out partygoers or even deter the police from following you. Some traps are instant, while some traps need a person to be close to you, and other traps take time to build up. All of them are useful. Some of them require nobody to be around to be effective, otherwise you'll get the police called on you, while some are much easier to use and quicker. Now let's tie it all together and talk about the story. You play as a character named The Killer. The Killer is initially tired of the loud parties and noise in his neighborhood. The goal to progress is always to eliminate the partygoers. Each level gets increasingly more complex as the game continues to make the utilization of the aforementioned traps and items vital to the killer's survival and completion. Early levels like House Party are focused on helping with basic mechanics like stealth, traps, and distraction, while later in levels like Nightclub, you must avoid the bouncer and navigate and operate within more narrow corridors. The level design is meant to provoke adaptability. Overall, Party Hard provides a solid experience. It has a lot of great elements. The gameplay is well thought out. However, despite the quality of the game, it just really isn't my style. As mentioned previously, I didn't like Hotline Miami, and while Party Hard is different in a lot of ways, it still isn't my cup of tea. With that said, I can appreciate this game for what it is, but this isn't something I would rush into playing or buy at full price by any means. If you're into this kind of game, there's a lot to enjoy, but I'm going to pass. With that being said, guys, as always, thank you for watching, thank you for the support, thank you in general. And if you wish to support me further, you know what to do. I'm not going to say it. Thank you once again. Expect more content in the future. Like I said earlier in the video, I got some longer stuff coming. I got some more ideas I'm cooking up right now. So just bear with me, give me some time, and I'm gonna have that out for y'all. Once again, thank y'all for watching. Y'all know what to do if y'all want to support me. Peace out.